Well, this bending road can get pretty crazy sometimes. You know, we've entered into a time of Lent, so there's more going on, and sometimes Lent can be kind of heavy when we're dealing with our own stuff, our self-reflection. Sometimes the politics of our world can just be too much, and dealing with all of this chaos is too much. We're going to kind of take a break from that. I'll see you in a minute. Life can be quite the bending road. Sometimes it's nice and gentle, and sometimes it's a bit scary. The truth is that we will all experience a difficult bend in our road at some point. But it's also true that God will see us through. Let's travel this bending road together and help each other in our journey. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to catch other videos along the way. Welcome back to the Bending Road. Glad you could join me today. And things get a little crazy sometimes, don't they? I've been talking about some things that are kind of heavy. My sermon last Sunday was heavy. I did preach the community Ash Wednesday service, and it was heavy. And I did 2 services on Ash Wednesday. The sermons were different, and they were both heavy. And I've been doing some reading for the work I'm doing with the Colson Fellows program, and it got a little heavy, and it begins to weigh us down. And I sometimes I get tired of the arguing, and I turn on the news. I want to see what's going on in our world, and I don't. I see arguing and fussing, and the Democrats are doing this, and the Republicans are doing that, and it just gets, oh my goodness. It's just too much sometimes. So this morning, at the beginning of the year, I often will begin reading through the Bible. And so this year, of course, January came around, and I usually finish it ahead of the end of the year, and then I do other devotionals for the rest of the year. But this January, I decided it was time to start that again, so I got my reading plan out, and I've been reading along, and I'm in the Psalms right now, and I was reading this morning. Actually, I put it on audio, so I listened to it, and I was listening to the Psalms being read to me, and I could feel the tension relieve from me. I could feel just that I don't need to worry about these things. I don't need to concern myself over them. We need to be involved in our world. We need to know what's going on in our world. We need to understand the reality of sin in our world, and what we can do to help out in politics, and be the voice, the Christian voice in our areas of influence. Yeah, we need to do all that. But sometimes we need to just stop and rest in God and allow God to take away the anxiety, take away the panic and the fear and all of that, and just give us His peace. So I spent some time just breathing in His peace and releasing tension, breathing in His grace and relieving the anxiety. And this was all before 7 o'clock this morning. So, we need to take that time to do that. And I thought, that as I was doing that this morning, I thought, I need to, on some of these harder days where I'm dealing with heavier things, I need to take some time midday and listen to those Psalms, not just do that in the morning. So today's a different kind of day, so that may not be quite so necessary, but in those days where you know that it's going to be a struggle, in those days where you have a tough meeting, or like when I have a hospital visit, or a visit with somebody who's struggling, I need to set aside, put it in my calendar to just stop and read through some Psalms. I want to look at one particular Psalm that struck me this morning, and this is Psalm 97. And there's only 12 verses to this Psalm, but it was really powerful this morning for releasing that negative energy and the anxiety that I was carrying in me. This is what it says. Just sit back. Just sit back. Close your eyes if you can. If you're driving, don't close your eyes. But if you can, just rest in these words. The Lord reigns. Let the earth be glad. Let the distant shores rejoice. Clouds and thick darkness surround him. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of his throne. Fire goes out before him and consumes his foe on every side. His lightning lights up the world. The earth sees and trembles. The mountains melt like wax before the Lord of all the earth. The heavens proclaim his righteousness, and all peoples see his glory. All who worship images are put to shame. Those who boast in idols worship him, all you gods. Zion hears and rejoices, and the villages of Judah are glad because of your judgments, Lord. For you, Lord, are the most high over all the earth. You are exalted far above all gods. Let those who love the Lord hate evil, for he guards the lives of his faithful ones and delivers them from the hand of the wicked. Light shines on the righteous, and the joy of the upright in heart. Rejoice in the Lord, you who are righteous, and praise his holy name. Just think. Just stop. Yeah. The Lord reigns. Let the earth be glad. Why should we worry? Why should we fret? The Lord reigns. We need to remember that when all this politics stuff gets all crazy. Remember, the Lord reigns. The Lord reigns. And it talks about fire going out before him, consuming his foes on every side. Why are we worried over the evil we see around us? Not that we don't have concern and not that we don't do what we can, but why do we worry about it? Because God's righteousness, God's justice, perfect righteousness, perfect justice, goes out and consumes the foes on every side. We need fear not. The lightning strikes the world, and even the earth will melt, or fire, or the wind will blow, or things will happen at God's command. And the heavens proclaim his righteousness. All people will see that. You know, we worry and fret even over spreading the good news, and we need to do that. We need to do our part in sharing the gospel with those in our realm of influence. We need to support missionaries and do all of that, but we shouldn't need to fret over this. We shouldn't need to be in anxiety over this. God has made himself known to all people. All people. It says no one shall be without excuse. So we don't need to worry over this. We don't need to fret over this. We don't need to get all uptight over this. We need to do what we need to do and rest in the fact that the heavens proclaim the righteousness and all people will see his glory. For those who choose idols over God, God will take care of that. God will take care of that. It says that all of those will be put to shame. We don't need to do that. We don't need to shame them. God does that. The Lord is the Most High. The Lord is exalted over the earth. We need to love the Lord and hate evil. We need to let his light shine through us, in us, and through us. And we need to rejoice in the Lord. And we need to praise his holy name. What is it that's got you anxious today on this bending road? What has you all tied up in knots? What has you maybe even losing sleep? What is it? How does it fit into what you hear in the Psalms, that God is right, God is just? God's got this, folks, right? God knows what's happening in the world. And God knows those who are rejecting him. And yes, we pray for them. Yes, if we have opportunity, we share Jesus with them. We share truth with them. Yes, we do. But it is not our place to worry and fret over anything. Remember, Jesus said, the birds of the air don't worry. The flowers in the field don't worry. And look how beautiful they are. What is it that's got you worked up on this bending road? Or who is it that you know that is all worked up, that needs that calming presence? Who do you know that needs that? Maybe share this video with them, or you go talk to them. Take them a piece of pie and a cup of coffee and say, hey, I want to visit with you for just a few minutes, and then I want to pray for you. It calms our spirits to hear the word of God. It calms our spirits to be with like-minded people who can pray with us. Who do you have to do that with? I want to encourage you along this bending road. That's my whole purpose. My whole purpose is to encourage you and give you tools to help when the bending road gets tough, or when it gets confusing, or when it gets just crazy. And I want to encourage you this week, if you feel that anxiety, and I think most of us know when it's happening, take time to pull out a psalm. Read a psalm. Read it out loud. Let yourself absorb that. If you have an app or something that can read it to you, have it read it to you. Listen to the words. Let them bathe over you. Remind yourself of who God is. I love that about the Psalms, that no matter how bad the psalmist says life is, he reminds himself who God is. And then you feel that sense of peace in the words. Find your sense of peace. Find God's grace in your life by listening to his words through the Psalms. I hope you have a great day. I hope you feel his peace and his calm in your life. Know that I am praying for you. I'm praying for all of you who listen and join me on this bending road so that we can do this together. Have a great day. We will see you next week along the bending road. It was great to have you join me today along this bending road. You can connect with me on social media or on my website at bendingroad.weebly.com. I would love to pray for you as you navigate the bends in your road. Remember, when you see the bend in your road, do not be afraid. Take the hand of God and keep walking. You are not alone.